guys, let's go and try to finish the game. So, base 12.
I finally heard from Major General Fubuki. He asked
See
us
this
to
special I am,
and right away. Apparently,
eating
the
some
chief
stuff
will be
because, to be honest, I want to try to finish
Yuito.
this and not waste time.
Actually, what's my brother's status now?
He's still the acting chief, but most of his authority has been transferred and no one has seen much of him lately. My guess
Yeah,
is
I'm
that the
hoping that we'll
government
finish
is
this
going
in
to
this
make him
sitting.
take the fall for
From what I
everything
understand,
and
there's about
abandon
like 2 hours-ish
The
left.
chief might have decided to help us
We'll
because he
see.
knows that's what they're going to do.
As long as he helps us, it's fine. Now let's head to Sumeragi Tomb.
Kaito. So you finally made it. You want inside the Sumeragi tomb, correct? Right. In order to close the Kunad gate, there's something we need to check inside the tomb.
If Karin really is inside, then he is the key to closing it.
If, huh? Not only is everything circumstantial, it doesn't sound very credible either. Is this really what you choose to stake everything on? Very well. If you do indeed manage to save the world, it will reflect quite nicely on the Sumeragi name.
Is that all that matters?
Hanabi, it doesn't matter what he says, as long as he helps us.
I've disabled the security for the entrance. Close the Kunad gate. I heard you stopped Togetsu's plan. You managed to avenge her. You did what I had set out to do.
So, you knew about Mom's death.
Dad and I. We vowed that we'd destroy Togetsu one day. This isn't what I imagined. But it looks like Dad and I got our wish.
Kaito.
Go. Do what you need to do. This is the path you've chosen.
Thank you.
Yakumo Sumeragi should be sleeping in here.
Let's find out whether our theory was right. If it's actually the former Major General that traveled to the past.
So this is what it's like inside Sumeragi Tomb.
I thought it'd be gloomier since it's a tomb. Yakumo's got a good thing going here.
We need to go down.
Those stairs go all the way down. I don't think there's any danger to worry about.
Let's take them. I don't see any other way down.
Yuito, Kasane, Major General Fubuki said he'd join you too.
Should we go meet him?
No, he said he can't head there right away, so he'll meet up with you later. Copy that.
Wait,
We'll go
why
ahead
is
then.
the camera so fucked?
These stairs just go on and on. Ugh, what a pain. What's up with this place, Yuito?
What? How's this my fault?
I mean, it's your family's tomb, right? Install an elevator at the very least. Sheesh.
Look, a giant mirror. How pretty.
Seems too meaningful for just a skylight. Good job. Pretty sure you've reached the bottom floor.
Oh, we finally made it. Looks like there's only a single path from here. There's a big space up ahead. That's
probably where Yuito was sleeping.
I guess we just need to move forward. I was worried it might be a maze in here to prevent Gravel.
Stay on your toes. Just because nothing's happened so far doesn't mean that it...
I just felt something in my brain.
What? I didn't feel anything.
What's going on?
What's happening? Signal is deteriorating.
Wataru. Damn. We lost the transmission.
Where are we? Is this Suo's OSF headquarters?
How did we get here all of a sudden? Oh, maybe there was some sort of teleportation trap. Just calm down and take a better look around you. Something doesn't seem quite right. The city looks a little off.
This feeling. I remember it from before. Are we inside a brain field?
That is certainly a possibility. Since I felt something interfere with my brain, this could be a measure to confuse intruders. Or...
Others?
This is what happened when we went to the Kronos terminal. Get ready to fight.
Shell is broken. Give it everything you have.
Alright, while we're here, I think we might as well listen to podcasts.
If she's socially integrated enough, she should have been able to get past Andy's threat level. Like, there's something about the fact that she's not in the conversation, she's not getting information, no one is vouching for her. She's ends up being, it seems, a secondary for some reason to both Sandra earlier on and then what becomes Dave instead of Sandra even being the secondary. So, to kind of get yourself in that position, for sure, I think also starting in a deficit, but I think maybe a stronger social player or just someone in a better group for them could have mitigated parts of that.
And I think also, Kate doesn't come across as like, okay, she's going to help us win in the challenges. It's not like that she has like a wealth of survivor knowledge like Sandra, where, she's not really socially connected. Her loved one is already gone, and we see that being a major factor in Blood vs. Water seasons.
As led by Dave, though, like, oh, well, Kate's not really connected because she doesn't have a loved one. Like, Dave, there's only one other person in the whole game that's true of. See, Dave, it's you. Maybe that shouldn't be the reasoning and the pathway we go down, because that's not right for you. Yeah. Juicy Dave, I mean, a little bit of a loose cannon, like targeting the queen and really driving it. Like, he just like changed overnight from zero confessional, mild-mannered Clark Kent David to super villain, throw
Seems like we
out
managed to kill
Sandra,
all
don't
the
give...
others around here, but our situation hasn't improved much.
We haven't been able to reach Haruko or Wataru either. We should... Huh?
Karin?
Ta-da! As of today, Alice Ichijo is now an official member.
Congratulations, Alice. The three of us are together again.
It also seems like we have a mission for our new platoon. I'm going to show you two who the real star member is.
I just hope the newbie's over-enthusiasm doesn't make her do something reckless.
Oh, really? You know, I heard a certain somebody got written up for disobeying orders.
Fubuki.
I mean, that was your 50th write-up. That's quite the milestone. How could I not share it?
They say you're a shoo-in for Septentrion, Karin, but I guess you've got some issues with your superiors.
I don't intend to follow orders I don't agree with.
That's so like you. Oh, I guess that just means you'll have to climb to the top of the OSF.
Sounds like too much trouble. I'm not interested in looking after people weaker than me. Fubuki can do all that instead.
You say that, but you always look after your friends in the end. You're usually more helpful than I am. I think you're more suited to run things than me. Actually, I bet you're really gunning for the position. Stop trying to hide it.
You've been gunning for the top position from the very beginning.
Listen to the two of you. Honestly, just take the top two positions and you're all set.
That's a good idea. If we take the current organization and break them into regiments...
Stop with the creepy laugh.
Don't worry, I don't do it in front of anyone else. You'd do so much better in life if you just learned how to have an outside persona.
Not having a facade is one of Karn's better qualities. Although it wouldn't hurt you to learn to have one so you wouldn't get written up so much.
What did we just see?
Major General Fubuki. And Karn, right? And Aunt Alice? Oh, right, she was your aunt. The three of them were childhood friends. That brought back some memories. Funny, I had forgotten the color of Karn's hair back then. Now it's completely different from Luca's.
That's right. It's a pretty rare phenomenon. So it may have something to do with my brother's powers. That looked like it was from when Alice first entered the Force.
Is everyone fucking related? I really can't keep track of who's related to who.
If this was a brain field, then I guess it would make sense for it to be affected by someone's memories or emotions.
I'm not entirely sure what that was. But first we should figure out how to get out of here. Staying here won't help. Let's see what's up ahead.
Okay.
I can't get a read in this space.
This is where I'm supposed
All
to
I
be going?
can sense is that it's really vast.
There's some familiar scenery mixed in too. The connection is so chaotic.
Looks like that's the way this space works. This area must be connected to some other location as well.
I do have to fight them. Oh, fuck off. Of course. Not the same one. Alright.
The other tribe and item, Juicy Dave. It was night and day.
Yeah, well, I feel like that Juicy Dave is probably done the next time that blood goes to tribal council.
Do you think so? I feel like he could come back and just, because he was already apologizing, so like if he comes back and it's just like, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so confused. And Brianna said that it would be okay and she's gone now and I don't really know where I am and what's going on in the sky. I think he could do that.
I know, but he's already crossed Sandra, and we've seen what happens. Like when you cross Sandra, like get ready for, you know, look at what happened to JT. Look at, I mean, she has made fools out of much better players than Juicy Dave. Where it's going to be like the assault is coming from all angles at this point. Sandra is going to have all-out war on Juicy Dave, and Juicy Dave already has his loved one out of the game, and so it's just like, who's going to be mad if Juicy Dave goes home?
Yeah. But also then are you fearful for a better player, a stronger player like Sam? Because I think Sam had a good week and we'll talk about it, but then she's the one like really gunning for Sandra, like, you know, kind of taking on the mantle from Juicy Dave, trying to protect him. And then she even casts a vote for Sandra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think she was out on Juicy Dave at that point. I think it was just like a self-preservation type thing. I mean, she even said, it's like, I'm voting for Sandra, I hope that Dave goes home.
I know, but does Sandra care? I was like, oh, well, don't worry, you were only my, like, third backup to this vote. Sandra be like, I don't care, you wrote the name Sandra down? Like, I'm cool. On Talking Tribal, George and Haley were talking about Sam lying about that vote. Which I think, for me, just like, I don't know, I just feel like that never...
Right here.
That never works. But like, maybe if you pin it on someone like Juicy Dave.
Pin it on Juicy Dave! Nobody's gonna believe that he didn't vote for Sandra after all that.
I don't know, I was surprised that George and Haley were saying it, because Haley especially, everyone was like, oh, when she voted for Danny, on like the blind side of Simon, everyone was like, oh, just blame it. Because in that vote, George and Kara had been guests from the other tribal council, so it was easier than usual to be like, they're not even here, like it was them. And even in her deep dive, she was like, I didn't even think of that, like, because it's so hard to do that. Like, I feel like it's so hard to just come out and just lie like that, to be like, it was Juicy Dave, Juicy, and then you're like, it's kind of like when you play Mafia, like, then you're in like a war of words, where it's like, wait, no it wasn't, and it's like, no it was, and then you'll just, do you want to get
Dave,
that
oh my
shot?
god, you are so shady!
Yeah, like, oh my god, are you really lying about this right now, Dave? Like, what are you talking about? And like, Juicy Dave will not know what
Dave, I had your back the whole day. I was the one trying to save you, and now you're lying about me? That's it.
Wait.
Like, I think Sam's got this.
Yeah, like, Dave, like, Juicy Dave, I apologized for you the entire day. You threw me under the bus. Now you're trying to say sorry, and you're lying about voting for Sandra. So how can I trust you when you're literally lying as you apologize?
Sandra, you are right about Dave. I'm so Sandra, can I apologize to you? Because Dave is I can't even with him.
Yeah, that's one of the Jews. I want my money back. You know? Just not person on like the water tribe. There's something there about all the liquor.
It's juicy.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I think that would be like fall to the wall. That would be so unfortunate. He would not know what is going on if she just did that. Comes back to camp like, wow, you voted for Sandra? You know, that's mean. And he'd be like, what? No, I don't. What? No, Brianna said this would be fun. I want to go home now. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Keep it up.
Brianna, I don't like Survivor.
I don't think I like Survivor, Brianna. I don't think
I don't know why you watch this show.
Not good. Otherwise, for Sam, how did you feel about her week? It was another big week for a big player like that guy.
Very good. I feel good about Sam here. I mean, I think that she needs to, keep Sandra in, like, her good graces. And, like, I could see some, like, competition for sort of, like, okay, who is the queen of this tribe? I don't know if... Yes.
Oh, no, don't
Look,
even...
I know who the queen of Survivor is, but I do think that there could be, like, I think that Sam... Yeah, on the blood tribe. Yeah, I could see some sort of, like, battle for power. I think that they probably, like, are going to be in a similar capacity where I think that, Sam probably wants to, work with, a lot of the guys, and, like, pave the way for, eventually Mark to be part of what they're doing. And then I think Sandra also sees herself in a similar position.
Yeah. I think if those two go head to head, that'll be quite a powerful showdown. Because Sam came out pretty
How many of them are there?
definitely like a hard aggressive plan. I think she needs to like pan back on that for the return outing. And I think she has. I mean, it was still a very, very kind of like strong outing. I still think that like especially like compared to Mark. Like Mark's a power player, but Sam like completely individually conducted a live tribal council. I think some of that's being put on her, and she didn't ask the Judy Dave to say that about her. But it's like a big way to start the game.
Here we go.
Yeah. But I think that she's doing it well though. Like I think if you're gonna start strong, this is the way to do it. Like I thought it was impressive that she's clearly at the center, and it seems that the move again, like, saving Dave and then turning on Dave were like completely at her will, and I think she probably would have gotten both of them done. So in the space of 6 hours, she made like 2 opposing moves happen just because of her influence on the tribe. So maybe that's too much too early. It's still not the strongest way she started the Survivor season, but it's impressively done and it speaks to her social connection.
I do think for Sam's sake, I think that the right move was still probably to get rid of Sandra in that spot, because if you sort of like I think that maybe that was maybe a little bit of like an impulsive move of like, all right, like we're voting for Dave. And I get they don't know Dave has that. But
Dave always has an idol. It's the proper man.
Dave always has an idol. But I do think that probably the better case scenario for Sam is that Sandra goes home. Dave plays his idol. She really, puts Dave in the Juicy Dave in the doghouse, and then has like a loyal person, but he just, he crossed her the wrong way at the tribal council.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it was a little reactive. I think because you're kind of now against two people. Like you've been campaigning against Sandra, but now you're like outwardly against Dave. But like, what's Dave gonna do about it compared to Sandra? Like Sandra will find a way. I think. You're offended in that moment, but does it require the immediate switch? I probably don't think so, because Dave is harmless. Even Juicy Dave, like you come back, he's apologizing, you're like uncool. Next time you go to tribal council, he doesn't have an idol, you're out. Like, and Sandra's gone, and she was the, I think, much more pressing threat. I'm still confused even how Sandra doesn't go home here.
This one's stronger than the rest. Fall back and regroup. Are you alright?
Yeah. Well, thank you for saving me.
Keep your guard up, idiot.
You're right. Sorry. How many times have you saved me now?
Nobody's counting.
Are you two okay? Good. Looks like you're all right.
Yeah, this idiot just messed up again. I handled it.
Here's the tough act again. You need to take better care of yourself. You're hurt.
What? I'm sorry. You got hurt because of me. Let me take a look.
It's just a scratch. Alice is tired. Stay with her, Fubuki. I'm gonna check on the remaining teams. We'll need to regroup the platoon if we're gonna kill that other.
Hey, Karin!
It's gone.
That one also had to do with Karin. This field. Maybe it's something he generated.
To prevent anyone from getting close to where he's sleeping?
Even if that were the case, why show us these memories? I'd think he would rather keep them secret.
I agree. My brother doesn't talk about himself much, nor does he like to.
The memories are probably mixed in subconsciously.
Show me, I'm an idiot. That's all.
Because we see it as them versus each other the whole time. They're like the two options. Like, how is she not the secondary on the split? I still don't really understand how she became the third. I'm grateful for
Right. But like, I don't necessarily understand the upside of keeping Sandra. I think it just she must have been so furious at Dave, where she must have been gotten so much pushback from this. She's like, no, I'm telling you, listen to me. And what the hell is Juicy Dave doing? Trying to like start like he has an idol. Like why is he trying to set up a live tribal himself?
I don't think he knows. Like, I think that's probably a pointless question. But I think as well with that, like, so he's saying that she's a social butterfly, and she, you know, kind of basically, like, what is true, it seems like she's the center of this tribe.
It took me a minute to even realize he was talking about Sam. Like, I thought he was talking about Sandra, because he's been talking about Sandra all day. And he was talking about, like, oh, the social butterfly of the camp is Sam. Like, what?
But is that, like, the best way to, like, that really validates that is, like, because that's, like, true of her game. So she's like, hey, don't call out my game. Now I need to get rid of you. Probably a better way would be a Dave, you know? Classic Dave with the silly things he says. He also calls himself Juicy Dave. Dave just says things all the time. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic.
Juicy Dave has a good ring to it.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I feel like she probably could have given that sentence, those claims, less power to just kind of paint, you know, Juicy Dave as a loose cannon, a loosey, juicy, goosey cannon. And just, you know, the next time it's like, Dave, that wasn't cool. You're probably out now. Without it being like, whoa, Dave said I was a social butterfly. And like, I am. People shouldn't know this. Well, now I'm going to use my social butterfly tactics to get all the votes on him as this tribal council. Like, Juicy Dave was pretty much proved right immediately in that moment.
Alright, guys.
Yeah. First he says she loves Sam. Okay. So, I mean, well done. Yeah. What do you feel about the difference in dynamics of what we're seeing? Obviously, the first two groups, you know, proper groups, not, you know, the Candace group at all, but the first two groups in US Blood vs. Water, their loved ones go on to win. These first two groups, their loved ones go on to be voted for and voted out in the next tribal council. We saw two pairs voted for and voted out, like of the four people, two pairs. I feel like that's a very different dynamic than what we've seen. Yeah.
I don't know what it means long term. I guess we have to see what happens, but I do think it's like pretty clean in terms of like, okay, well, like we got somebody like, okay, well now it makes a target for the other person. Where loved ones that voted out. I guess like
That's quick.
instead here we don't see Juicy Dave trying to bond with Kate of like, hey, you lost your loved one, I lost my loved one. Let's be each other's loved ones. That's not what's happening.
Do you think maybe it will make for more of a pairs game? Like if it's really like, okay, well, the individuals are getting picked off, if we kind of start with that mentality, if we could kind of get to the merge with like 6 pairs and just be like picking off individuals.
Yeah, I mean, it could be very interesting. I mean, you'd have to have like somebody like lose their loved one where the other, like there's sort of like a disproportionate like amount of like game currency, not fire tokens, but like where somebody's like, okay, their loved one is kind of a dud, but they're doing great, and they're able to like navigate around, like, well, now I have a target on my back.
Yeah. Well, in US Survivor both seasons, it was 6 Boot who, well, I mean, yeah, even John Cody, like you have to also consider like redemption, and then also the fact that 2 people were immediately taken out. But like between the Codys and Dale and Kelly, I think it was around 6th place that a pair was taken out. So to have a pair taken out in 3 episodes, and also another pair voted for in those, you know, like the fact that it was both of the targets. It might be situational, it might be an Andy thing in that threat level, it might be a Juicy Dave thing and what he's doing. He clearly did it to himself. But I just think it's interesting because, yeah, based on precedent, I guess like Juicy Dave is the winner. Like because he had Brianna go home second, he's still there.
Juicy Dave is not winning.
You're gonna say that now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say that.
I think the person you said last season was George.
George was gonna
win.
win.
Maybe you said George was going to win.
I think I made him my winner pick.
Yeah. Bold take. You got close.
I love George.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
It was love at first sight. Yeah.
You really put your eggs in that basket. Better than anyone thought. Speaking of, George did very well in the chili. Should we get to the chili? 2 hours in.
Sure. I have my notes that the Blood Tribe, like, I thought that they were having like some weird conversations that I came in and I wasn't sure. I feel like some dreams.
Wet dreams?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the Water Tribe that's also wet dreams. Not mine. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know. This is my job.
Everything you've got.
Yeah, it's in the show.
They said it. They added a prime time, you know? Yeah. The note we haven't said, in the dignity itself of Sandra's epic catchphrases, where do you put adios mate? That freaking
Adios mate.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the logical new twist on that.
I feel like you're coming in like, yeah, she can get booted out. Yeah, a bunch of them like, yes, adios, mate. Yes. Iconic Sandra. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here.
Very good.
I want to say adios.
That was good, Yuito.
I mean, you can.
No, I don't think it. I can't pull up adios or mate.
You can do either.
Do you guys have the word shocker?
Well,
These are the conversations leader or something.
We do have the word.
Because when she says that will be a shocker, I didn't know if she was like trying to be Aussie or.
What does it mean for you?
Like it's shock.
Yeah. Okay. No, we have that. Okay.
Still great, Sandra. Thank you for your time and your efforts. Absolutely loving the confessionals. Like I truly feel. I love all of Sandra's confessionals. I'm hopeful because Australian Survivor, I mean, no one can overgive confessionals like Australian Survivor, so like, are we going to see 200 Sandra confessionals? Because I'm here for it.
Yes, I mean, Sandra was, here for, and the monologuing was happening.
And it was unbelievable. I have no place. I want more. I want everyone to be purple, and I just want Sandra I just want to see basically what she's doing 24 hours a day.
Yeah. You know, the classic Australian Survivor edit is just like a lot of confessionals of like, I'm so good at this. Everybody else, what a bunch of morons. I can't believe that they even think that they're as good as me. How could you be as good as me? I'm the best that there is at this. Come on, people.
Yeah, I think she can do it.
I think you just do like 100 different versions of that. All right, give us this again. Tell us again about how you're the best. You never lose, and everybody else is not that good at this.
But Sandra can do it, and I was thinking that it's kind of crazy how much one one person to elevate a season for you. Like, and Nina's been amazing, and that whole kind of Sandra Nina thing. Like, every time Sandra's on screen, it's really thrilling for me. Just even the little asides, I thought it was really funny when she apologized for Nina beating up Kate. Like, she's Puerto Rican, I'm sorry. Just like, and like my heart was racing that she wouldn't go home with that, you know, First Blood Tribal Council, which would have made me just so ashamed to be Australian, and it would have been like renouncing my citizenship, going back to South Africa, which I don't even have citizenship, you know, anymore. I would have been stateless. And I just care so much, and I'm enjoying the season for sure. I'm enjoying a lot of different people. I just wanted to say that, like, Sandra's just hugely elevating everything for me, even more so.
It was a great decision to have Sandra and Nina be a part of this.
She is a slam dunk entertainment-wise. As a player, hopefully we'll get to see more, and Nina is too. Like, wow. Like, whoever made that decision, give them a raise. She wasn't even on her wrong, and they put her into the show, so they even had to expand on their side.
Everybody, Jim Colbert here. You know, it's in the floor, and it's important your case. You worked perfectly. Nice job, family.
We'll get to everything, I'm sure. It has been over 2 hours, but take it away, Jacob Sagan-Weinstein and MC Color.
Is that a mention of the blue and the red finally?
Yeah. I think it's like blue and red. I don't know what you're talking about. Take it away, MC Water.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, Rob, the first chizzy of the season. You want to get your points first?
3, 2, 1, okay? Okay. 3, I have to give it to Nina. And really, it's really off the strength of the first episode. She like, a little bit got invisible, after the first episode. But she was so good in the first episode. And I was blown away, where it was so fun watching her operate. I mean, she comes in here, and she's like fully formed, as I like to say, where she just shows up on the beach, and she's ready to go, like she's played multiple times before. And so I can't wait to watch what Nina does. I do think that Nina has a real shot to win this thing. I think I'd be surprised if Sandra can go the distance. I think she's up against incredible odds, but I think that Nina, as the winner of the season, I think would be like a very satisfying ending if you are a Sandra fan. So, great start. She's in a great position. She has played flawlessly. So, I will give 3 chizzy points to Nina.
I like that. I mean, I like how Nina was saying that they play Survivor like at Thanksgiving and stuff, and I thought, that sounds really unfun. Like, that sounds very, very fun in general, but not when your mom is Sandra. It's like, I win again.
Yeah.
You know, one Thanksgiving.
Like, yeah, like, you vote out one of Sandra's allies, does Sandra, like, take the turkey and, like, throw it out the back door?
Well, I mean, Sandra dumps the turkey.
Yeah. So,
who's the other?
Alright, so then, number 2. This was tough for me. You have a couple different directions to go. I will give 2 chizzy points to Sam.
Okay.
I think Sam is in a good spot. I like where she's at. Again, I think I probably would have said I think the better move for Sam is to vote out Sandra, but I feel like that, you know, she is not yet in a contentious relationship with Sandra. It seems like that she's well positioned. I look at her as sort of like the person who is being seen as the leader of this group. I'm not hearing her name come up other than Juicy Dave talking about her. Juicy Dave is going to be gone. I think that's going to potentially bring her closer to Sandra. Mark is waiting on the other side. I like the story of Sam and Mark, so I give 2 chizzy points to Sam.
Okay. Very fair.
And I could have gone 1 for Mark, but I feel like that Mark is like doing well because of like what he's not doing. You know, he's not going for, you know, the power position, and he's doing a good job of hiding, similar to.
I'll look up exactly how much we have left, according to this. Just so, like, because if we only have like an hour left, then I might go a little bit more. we're probably gonna have a bit more. Yeah, it looks like, okay. We'll go one more. Or we'll not one. Well, you know, like we'll end here, and I think we might have 2 more episodes left. So yeah, thanks for watching.